What's up, everybody, and welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar today, Old Forester 1870 Original Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. As always here on the channel, I'm going to give you a nose taste finish review of this bourbon. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts and a final score, and leave you with a malt musing as always. But first, a bit about Old Forester 1870 Original Batch. So, Old Forester comes from the Brown-Forman Distillery located in Louisville, Kentucky. And this specific release was the first release from a few years back from what they called their Whiskey Row series. And the Whiskey Row series itself really was designed to highlight different innovations in the process of bourbon over the years. And so this one in specific is the 1870. This is bottled at 45% ABV. And here's what it has to say. Here it says 1870 Original Batch honors the first year Old Forester became America's first bottled bourbon. Prior to 1870, bourbon was sold by the barrel, having unpredictable varying quality, but George Garvin Brown revolutionized the industry by batching bourbons from 3 different distilleries and putting them in a sealed bottle to create consistent product. So this is designed to emulate that pioneering spirit, using barrels from 3 different warehouses with 3 different production dates, entry proofs, and maturation periods. There you go. So this is the first release from the Whiskey Row series, and is to kind of take us back all the way to 1870 and what the first bottled bourbon would have tasted like coming from the folks at Old Forester. So as it mentioned, it is 3 different batches. It doesn't say anything about the age specifically, so we are this is a non-age statement whiskey. And a little bit more on the back. Distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness and fine quality, etc., etc., etc. George Garvin Brown. Okay, so that is the rundown on Old Forester Original Batch 1870. Let's get this in the glass. All right, because it's a bourbon, we know it is it is natural color. That is what we're looking at. Really nice kind of copper. Rusty copper. Okay. Let's get into the taste, y'all. First on the nose. Very sweet. Light caramel, like caramel popcorn. Maybe even like a little marshmallow. There's fruit as well, apple. In the background, a little bit of cinnamon. So you're getting a bit of that kind of oak spice in the back, but this is a really gentle nose, mostly playing up the sweet characteristics of this bourbon and a bit of those fruity notes. Okay, give it a taste. Cheers. Quite light. Sweetness is the primary note you get on this. So you're talking kind of like yellow fruit, sweet fruit. There's a bit of that vanilla caramel thing again that I want to say kind of that caramel corn, really kind of sweet, almost candy-like. As it develops, a bit more of that oak spice kicks in. You get a nice kind of drying cinnamon on the back end as it goes into the finish, which is relatively short, leaving you with kind of, yeah, dry vanilla, dry honey. Okay. Let's put a bit of water on this. As I mentioned, 45% ABV. So we'll see what water does to this. We'll do about a half teaspoon or so. All right. Back in for another nose. Kind of those sweet fruit notes jumping out more. Apple, maybe pear as well. There's a little bit of an alcohol bite on this. Yeah, and then those warm baking spices. Again, cinnamon is the dominant, little bit of kind of maybe a clove nutmeg, but very faint. Okay. Give it another taste. much lighter. That body, as it develops, it still kind of sticks in kind of a medium body, but light on the palate. Does have a bit of that medium robustness though. Again, vanilla, slight caramel, a little bit of a cola, dry honey. Finish again short, leaving you with vanilla, slight cocoa, slight mint. There's this mint note that kind of hangs around in the background on this one. Here's one more look at the presentation. All of the Whiskey Row series will have this tan label and a year on them. There are 4 in total. I did review the 4th release of this, which was the 1910 Old Fine Whiskey. You can check that review out if you're interested. As for the value on this, this is about a $45 whiskey, which is pretty pricey considering other things that you can get in that kind of mid-shelf range. I think with what you're getting with this, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a great value unless you find it under 40 bucks. Okay, so final thoughts. Old Forester, 1870 original batch. This is a very light whiskey, but it does, as it develops, have a little bit of spice to let you know it's still there. Very easy drinking, very sippable. Would be a great drink for sometime like right now, for example, here in the summer, where maybe you want something a little bit more easy. This is not gonna wallop you over the head with bold flavor. I'm not sure how well this would stand up in a cocktail. As I said, because of its kind of subtle nature, I could see this potentially getting drowned out. So this might be a whiskey you just drink neat or maybe just with a cube on a hot day. But all in all, it's a good whiskey, nothing to sneeze at, but it's nothing amazing either. And at that price point of, you know, 40 or potentially over $40, I don't necessarily see this being as a value buy for you, unless you are just really into Old Forester or want a really nice light sipping whiskey, and you know you just love the profile of their stuff. So competent stuff, a cool introduction, great story. I'm going to give this a 2.75 out of 5. So I do recommend that you give this a try. If you really like it, pick yourself up a bottle. Otherwise, some of the other stuff in the Old Forester line from this Whiskey Row series might be a little better for you. So there is my review of Old Forester 1870 original batch. Do hit subscribe if you've yet to. My reviews come out every single Friday, so if you are subscribed, you will not miss a thing. When I send you on over to your Malt Musing, and we will catch you next week here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Cheers, y'all.